Paris is a fantastic city. You have these incredible museums. You have the tradition of the cafe where you can go and get a cup of espresso and you can nurse it for 3 or 4 hours and nobody's going to chase you away.
Well, the majority of the artists in this exhibition were drawn to Paris in 1946 into the early 1950s through the GI Bill. It provided these artists the opportunity to live in Paris and to study and to live very cheaply on what was then a grand sum of $75 a month. There's no one monolithic aesthetic direction in this exhibition. It bridges both abstraction as well as figuration.
One of the highlights for me was realizing that so many of the artists had come back to New York after Paris in 1952. What did that say about the relationship of Paris to New York? What were the American artists gaining there? How did the French receive them? And what did that say about the contemporary art world of the 50s? And the dialogue, of course, between New York and Paris has been a heated one.
You know, during the course of the research for this exhibition, we were absolutely astonished, not only by the number of artists who traveled to Paris on the heels of World War II through the GI Bill, but through the extraordinary diversity of figures. We've come across many, many discoveries in this exhibition, most notably an artist by the name of Shinkichi Tajiri, as well as figures such as Ralph Coburn, who are still underknown in this country. One of the takeaways, we hope, is that viewers will come away knowing that, while New York was in the midst of becoming the ascendant cultural center internationally, Paris was still a very, very strong rival.
The newly expanded museum offers so much. I'm still wrapping my head around it. You know, one, we offer a much more accessible space. Secondly, we have a much bigger street presence. Our major constituency is the NY community, faculty, administrators, students, of course. But we also want to welcome in the denizens of Greenwich Village with the new gift from Jim Cottrell and Joe Lovett of some 200 works by downtown artists from the 80s. We can now really give a good picture of what Soho was like in the 80s. We're hoping now that faculty will take more advantage of our collection and be able to, in our study room, if you're teaching a course about an artist, to be able to come in and pull some works. That was really one of the highlights of my undergraduate education. It can transform your life.